Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ultimate523 here, and today I'm doing reviewed number 16, and I'm going to be reviewing Iron Man 3, the first movie in Phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the sixth Marvel movie overall, as well as the third and final movie in the Iron Man trilogy.
Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world, and all day and all night and everything he...
So, Iron Man 3. This was a decent movie. It's different from the previous Iron Man movies. It did feel like an Iron Man movie. It just was different. It was pretty long too. I mean, it had a pretty good plot in it. There are things that I noticed that was kind of a reference to the first Iron Man movie, which was Yeltsin or whatever his name is, the guy who helps Tony Stark build his first Iron Man suit is actually in this movie in the very beginning when Tony Stark's drunk. That is a reference to it. This is just I mean, this is a good movie, but it does, it definitely, it's dark. It has, I feel like it was a darker movie. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but I do remember most of the movie, and that's why I can review it pretty easily. For most movie reviews here, I'm not gonna be able to. I'm probably gonna have to watch the movie first before reviewing it. But in this case, if it's a movie that like for example, Iron Man 3, I've seen this movie. I've seen this within the last a year, and I remember pretty much most of it. I mean, there's a lot to it that was interesting. It introduced a new Iron Man suit, the Mark 48, which is completely new. It's actually there's a point in the movie where he tries to get all the pieces of the suit on his body, and he ends up falling, and it's just ridiculous. But this is a darker movie. It takes place after the events of the Avengers. Hence, there's a scene in the movie where Tony Stark explains to Pepper Potts, who is his girlfriend at the time, and of course beforehand she becomes his girlfriend. But he says, and I quote this, "Nothing in the same since New York," and that's a reference to the previous movie, The Avengers. And of course, everyone knows the Battle of New York happened in the Avengers, and he's saying he's still recovering from the Battle of New York. And it was a much darker movie. I think I liked the really good part about the movie was where Iron Man is basically piloting the Iron Man suit, like not from the actual suit. Like he's using this little like a VR headset or something, or kind of like it's not really a VR headset. It's like it's thing that he's using to use like a remote version of the suit, so he can rescue these civilians that are flying from the plane. And he has to grab a hold of all of them with the suit. And the whole time we're all thinking, oh my gosh, he's in that suit. And then we realize, oh my gosh, he's not actually in the suit. He's actually piloting it from a different location, which is actually really, really interesting. But that being said, this movie was pretty good. I mean, it introduced a new color scheme for Iron Man's best friend, Buddy Rhodes, or with War Machine. And in a previous Iron Man movie, War Machine takes off with the Iron Man suit, with a version of the Iron Man suit, the Mark II originally, and kind of does his little work with it. And then in this movie, he has a custom paint job known as Iron Patriot, which is basically an American flag version of War Machine armor. And of course, he later dons the War Machine armor in the next Avengers movie, but we'll look at that next time. But this movie was definitely darker. There's a whole thing where the villain is the Mandarin, although in this movie, the Mandarin, and like I said before, I don't read the comics. I just watch the movies because it's what I do. Same thing with DC Comics. I watch the TV show and all that. But for this one, it was different because it was the last movie in the Iron Man trilogy because they're talking about doing Iron Man 4, but it doesn't really sound like it's gonna happen. But this introduced a new character called Harley, who is a little boy. It's a kid who goes with Tony Stark after the Mandarin basically destroys his home. Or the Mandarin being this guy, Trevor Slaughter, this British dude who's a drunk, and he is paid to get in costume and act like a terrorist to the world or whatever. It's just weird. But it turns out that he's not actually the Mandarin. He's just acting like the Mandarin. He's working for the real Mandarin, which is Aldrich Killian in the comics, the frame of the comic book. I don't, like I said before, I don't read the comics. I just know the character. I looked up history of him, but he then in the movie he's like, I am the real Mandarin, and then he gets blown up by Pegpots. But apparently he's the real Mandarin. He's the real one because the fake one, the Terrorist Letter, he's just cosplaying. He's like, in costume and everything as the Mandarin, this terrorist who wants to world domination, kind of like Hydra in a way, but not the same. I mean, he's kind of like Hydra, but not exactly the same. He's kind of his own person. And so yeah, his name is Trevor Slattery. He's this British guy. He uses an American accent. He uses all different accents. It's pretty cool. I like the character, but this movie was definitely darker because after I don't know, I think that the Mandarin, he warns Mandarin to come, he like tells him, I'm not afraid of you, comes to his house and destroys his house, and then flees around and then starts like going on his own or everything like that, and then he befriends a kid named Harley, who is this kid who he's like, doing his own little thing where he's, then actually in the movie Tony Stark gives Harley this museum of different things. So yeah, and then also it's the thing where it's also kind of like the end of Jarvis. Like Jarvis is like having a malfunction problem or something like that. I don't know. It's also the last appearance of Happy Hogan, considering it was the last Iron Man movie. Happy Hogan, who's the bodyguard of Iron Man, he's also the director. He is actually Jon Favreau, who directed the first two. I think he might have only directed the first one. I think he might have only directed the first one. I could be wrong about that. But this one was really good. It felt longer. It was. I mean, obviously yes, because it is 2 hours and 10 minutes long, which is understandable because that's what you expect from a movie like this. There's a lot of different parts of the movie that are different from the previous two. Obviously, the poster. I noticed that the poster is different. Is the first two movies kind of have a dark shade, and then you have the third one that's all like fiery and everything. It's just different. But it's the same movie. It is. Although I really wish that that the triangular shape on the armor was not gone, because that one's very really cool. It just overall, it's a good movie. There's just so much in this movie that I liked. Not a whole lot I didn't like. But there is a moment where Happy is like Skyping or whatever. I don't know if it's Skype or something, but he's like telling Tony Stark like, I'll just kill you, stealing his girlfriend or something, and then it happens. It was pretty funny. There's not a lot of about this movie that I didn't like. The villain was pretty cool. The Mandarin was Aldrich Killian was pretty nasty. Originally, he's this guy, this long-haired dude who he's abandoned by Tony Stark on a roof. Like he tries to get Tony Stark to get into this program called AIM, but Tony Stark he's like, oh yeah, I'll go on the roof with you, and he doesn't actually do that. He basically abandons Aldrich Killian, and then of course Aldrich Killian becomes something completely different. Like he cuts his hair, he gets all weird and everything. He just looks all better now. I don't know. Um, it's definitely different from those normal movies. Although I do notice that it's the first one Iron Man movie that is not where it does not credit Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man as playing Iron Man, even though he actually is about Iron Man. It just has Tony Stark, which is very unusual. Um, and it had a really weird. The cameo of Stan Lee was just unusual. It was his that cameo was of a judge in, I think it was a contest of some sort. That was really weird. Um, but it definitely was a darker movie. I have to admit, it really was. I mean, like I said before, there's not a whole lot about the movie I didn't like. Like previous Marvel movies, but this definitely was darker. Um, because he's on the run from the government. Um, apparently they're like against Tony Stark or something. Um, So, yeah, I mean, it's a good movie, but I mean, one thing that's very unfortunate is that it's the last Iron Man movie that has been made. I don't know about Iron Man 4. There are talks about doing Iron Man 4, but it's not too likely. Um, I do like the cast though. Harley is played by Ty Simpkins, who um, was in Jurassic World, the new Jurassic World movie. He played one of the kids in the movie. Pretty good actor. I mean, he's almost like kid actors, child actors, but it's not usually the same thing. But yeah, it was good. I mean, it's different. I mean, it's a different movie from the previous movies. Um, Definitely different. I mean, I know there's a lot of differences from the previous two. Uh, I didn't I didn't really like the Iron Patriot. That wasn't really my cup of tea. I mean, because he didn't really use it a lot. Like he only used it. I mean, he used it, but he didn't use it because Aldrich Killian kind of stole it, so it wasn't really much of a thing. But he did use it in a way. I mean, I just didn't like it. I mean, that's the only thing I didn't like about the movie. Is the Iron Patriot. I just kind of seemed a bit, not my kind of thing. But the rest of the movie, I mean, I like the new Iron Man suit, the Mark 48. That was pretty cool. I think that actually comes back in the next Avengers Age of Ultron. But this movie was a really good movie. Um, it was long, but the end. Actually, I think the end was the very climax of the movie that was just like bad. Like, oh my god, that's not cool. So Tony Stark is in for his suits, and the end of the movie was just uncool. So he destroys all his suits. That's something that you don't really see Tony Stark do. That's the last thing you see Tony Stark doing is to destroy all his suits. I mean, seriously, who does that kind of thing? This is Tony Stark we're talking about. He doesn't do that. I mean, he did it because apparently he couldn't like deal with being a rich billionaire with making out of suits of armor that be with his girlfriend or something like that. Which is pretty interesting. But yeah, there's this movie was decent. Um, it was actually a really good movie. The couple of parts of the movie that I really enjoyed. One was the very end of the movie, where it was an interview between Bruce Banner, who was known as the Hulk in Avengers, and Tony Stark, and Bruce Banner actually um, falls asleep during most of um, Tony Stark's story, and then he wakes up and he's like, well, did you just hear any of the story? He's like, I'm sorry, I'm not that kind of doctor or something like that, and it's a cool thing because I mean, weirdly enough, Bruce Banner is actually you can. What's really strange about this part of the movie is that it's Bruce Banner has like hardly any hair, which is like very unusual because that's not him. That's not Bruce Banner. Um, to not have any hair at all or hardly any hair at all is just like really weird. But that was pretty funny. But another part of like towards the end of the movie, Tony Stark recites the last line is like, "You can take away my suits, you can take away my my toys or something like that. But the one thing you can't take away from me, that is, I am Iron Man. Or something like that. That was just the best ever. Like, yes, he is. He's so tough that he can survive without his suits. I mean, that's just awesome. If you can survive being Iron Man without a suit, that's just awesome. I mean, it's like destroy his suit. I mean, obviously he can build more, and also a reactor, but like that was pretty spot on. There's a lot of this part of this movie that I just found was just crazy and just like, oh my gosh. There's a point where Jarvis is like dying or something like that, and then Tony Stark is just having a rough time. He's like, because everyone's after him or something like that. He's on the run for the government or something like that, and it's just like it's insane what this movie brings to the table. Um, there's not a whole lot about this movie that I can really remember besides that. I mean, that's quite a lot. But this movie was really good. Like I said before in previous Marvel movie reviews I've done, that this movie was really good. Yeah, it is. It's smart. It's an Iron Man movie. What do you expect? I did feel, like I said before, I think this was very dark. This movie was darker. It had more. It kind of felt like more of a crime-ish, kind of like a thriller slash crime, because it had an aspect of the movie where they was expecting a crime scene, which was really cool. Um, they had this whole program called AIM, where it was like flame bodies or something. It was just crazy. Um, and there's also a really cool point in the movie where Tony Stark gives Harley this tool where he says press the button for Goldie or something, and he presses it, and it's like this beam of something, so this blast or something. That was crazy. But overall, cast was really good. I thought Harley character was funny. Just like this kid, it just like really didn't know how to do everything. He's like, there's a point in the movie where he's like, he tries to steal Tony Stark by trying to get him to get him this car, but like being a kid, like I'm cool, and he's like, nope, and he's like, we'll try. But yeah, there's not much else I can say about this movie, honestly. There isn't. That's all I can say. So yeah, that's Iron Man 3. I rate it a 6 out of 10 because it felt just different, and I didn't like the Iron Man, the Patriot suit. But other than that, it was good. I mean, dark, creepy. I mean, not creepy, dark, but dark, kind of different because when he's struggling, because the Mandarin is like after him. He's like bringing his world into chaos and like that. It's just like really crazy. So yeah, there is not much else. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Reviewed. If you liked it, then please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel. That would be helpful because I don't have a whole lot of subscribers. Because I mean, obviously I'm not alone, but yes, I have a friend who also doesn't have a lot of subscribers, but big data guy. Yeah, we're not alone. So yeah. Oh, one more thing before I end this episode. Me and Big Dino Guy are going to, we mentioned many times that we're doing a cross-channel video. We're right now we're currently like kind of talking about how we're gonna do it. So stay tuned for that. We're definitely talking about it. It'll be soon. We don't know when it'll be, but it'll be soon. So please make sure to check that out. And check his channel out. His channel is Big Dino Guy. He does reviews, unlike me, where I do reviews and also have a content like that. So yeah, check his channel out and check mine out too, and check my other videos. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time for the next video.